Hello, Amelia Harshfield here. So today we're going to talk about what it's like to have the ability to stay open to a lot of different people's opinions and advice, but also the challenge of not knowing how to find your own way with all of those advices coming at you. So if you're someone like me who is quite open to receiving advice, who's really quite coachable and is like, yeah, just tell me what to do and I'll do it. It can be really challenging to know what to do because you're like, well, I see all these different perspectives. I can stay open to all these different opportunities. I listen to what people say. And at the same time, I'm not doing what's right for me, maybe because I can see all these different opportunities. I can listen to all these coaches. I listen to this person. 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 They're all telling me different stuff, right? Because what works for these four people are going to be probably a little bit different for each one of them. And if you start listening to all of them, you can get really confused on like, what do I do? Where do I go? Who do I listen to? What books do I read? Do I read books while I'm getting these coaching? Do I get another coach while I'm already getting two coaches? It can be really confusing what advice to listen to when you're trying to, especially like set up a business, keep scaling your business, scale your business in a new way, follow an opportunity, follow an idea. How do you make sure you're doing what's good for the business and also good for yourself as well? And if you're someone who stays open to a lot of people's advice, stay open to a lot of people's opinion, it's really important to have the tools and have the ability to listen to yourself. And being able to do that can evolve over time, especially as you remove some of these blocks and these barriers. Listening to yourself is going to get a hell of a lot easier. And at the same time, doing certain things like knowing who to listen to and only listening to certain people. Like I only get coaching from like two people. That's it. I don't really listen to podcasts about from big names. I don't really listen to read a lot of people's books because I'm like, I need to focus on these two people's advice that I know works, that has worked for me in the past, that is actually applicable. So my life is actually getting these changes with working with them. And at the same time, they're checking in to see what's right with me. So I'm actually happy and my life is improving. Because when you're finding people that don't know who to listen, don't know how to listen to you, don't know how to see how you're different than them, are interested in telling you what you should be doing versus what you could be doing and exploring what's right for you, you're going to be subject to a lot of people's opinions, a lot of people's advice. And when you start listening to all that advice, you're probably going to get off track. So if you're listening to this and you're like, oh my God, I'm so off track, it can make sense, if you don't know how to do this, because it's just part of the equation of when you are open, when you are when you're open-minded, when you can easily listen to a lot of people, it can make sense that you put yourself in this situation. So it's really nothing wrong with you. It's like, okay, how do I not continue to put myself in this situation? And it looks like figuring out what advice actually works for you, only listening to a couple of people at a time, and then try those people out, test them, see if their stuff works, finding new people and starting slow with them. So instead of jumping into like a year-long program with someone, can you do like 3 months? Can you do 2 months? Can you do a month? And that can stop you from putting yourself into situations that you're always listening to other people's opinion and you're getting so far off track that you're not even happy and you don't even know who you are. So this can be a lot, really, really big struggles if you're in the Myers-Briggs world for like INFJs, even INFPs who are like, I'm not sure if this is right for me, even though their dominant function is introverted feeling. They can get so off track. It's like, hey, calm down, slow down. Let's focus on what advice works for you. And that's so different. Even with INFJs, there's so many different kinds of INFJs, even INFPs. There's so many different kinds of INFPs that you have to figure out what's right for you and then know how to follow that. And then the other point is making sure that I already touched on this a little bit, but making sure that you're starting slow with people who want you to dive super deep, spend 2 years with me, spend a year. That might not be the best route for you. If you're like, okay, I want to make sure that the advice I'm listening to is actually right for me, and not just listening to everybody. Just listening to everyone and just trying everything, and then I'm frustrated that my life isn't going anywhere. So yeah, it can be quite maddening when you're there. It can be really frustrating, and you might not be anywhere where you want to be. And learning, like I said, learning how to figure out what's right for you. Like, I've done a lot of removing stuff that's not right for me with the coaching business. There's people are like, oh, you have to have a Facebook group. I fucking hated doing Facebook groups. Closed it down. I was happy. Oh, you have to have a Facebook business page for your business. I closed my Facebook business page down. I'm so happy. I don't enjoy Instagram. I closed my Instagram page down. Super happy. And I started hopping onto YouTube. I started hopping onto Pinterest, and I'm having a lot of fun with these. So what do you think I'm going to actually enjoy more and put the effort in, is doing the things I enjoy, right? And that only came through closing down the stuff that's not right for me. So hang in there. Remember that there are ways and absolutely people that want to find the right route for you. You just might not have found them yet. And you might be listening to way too many people. Like I said, pare down, simplify, figure out whose advice is actually working. Look at the people who said you should be doing this. That's a great sign that you should not be listening to them. So when people start saying, oh, you should do this, I'm like, no, I'm not. That's great. No, because you don't know how to listen to me. So take care of yourself. If you want help with this, I've got some people that are amazing with helping you figure out what's right for you, while still honoring yourself and making sure you're making the right decisions. So if you want those connections, I'm happy to send them to you. And I offer this because I know that they'll actually do what's right for you. They're not just like trying to make your money. They have really applicable and effective techniques and tools that can help you make the right decision for you, rather than spin off and be frustrated and wonder why things aren't working anymore. So I've been there, and it's awful. So you might be feeling alone with this, but you're not alone with that feeling. So I will see you on the next video. Oh, and if you want those contacts, email me, Amelia@ameliaharshfield.com. So cool. Thank you. And I'll see you on the next video.